Hello, peace. Welcome to another episode of R2 Sports Talk. Real friend, a real talk. Here we have. First of all, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, you guys did okay during this winter storm that we had here in actually United States because it was kind of big. Hopefully, you guys were able to handle it well. No issues with your cars, your house, your family. All is good. And yeah. So yeah, we're gonna start this week's episode with our motorsports segment of the show. More or less, I think this is the first big race of the year. The Daytona is not the Daytona 500. Don't confuse it with NASCAR. No. It's the Daytona Rolex 24-hour race, which more or less is the version of the Le Mans 24-hour race here in Daytona Beach on the Speedway. Now, they didn't use, of course, the Speedway of Daytona. They used the road course of Daytona for the 24-hour race. So now, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, yes, I watched all 24 hours because, no, I did not. But I would say that I watched, roughly 8 hours. Because again, work, dealing with the snow, and watching the race. So I was doing a few things. And again, if I would have the 24 hours just to watch the one race, I would have. But I don't. So yeah, small channel. But I did watch like around, I would say, 8 hours of the race. And it was actually very, very interesting. It was a very exciting race. My hats off to the team that won, Porsche Pesky Motorsports. Which this is the third year in a row that they win the Rolex 24-hour race. My hats off to them. Of course, I was rooting for Ford Racing because, of course, I'm a Ford fan. The Shelby 500, and the Mustang is just my favorite car, my favorite muscle car. So yeah, they finished. Car 64, number 64 finished 53rd, and car 65 finished 25th. They were leading, they were in the top 10, but then in the last, I would say, 4 hours of the race, the last 3 hours of the race, they were having issues, and they couldn't make up. So that's what happens again when it happens to 24-hour race. It's an endurance race, but I think it was a good race. It was fun. I'm not gonna front. Seeing the different cars in one race, from of course Ford on the GT3, Lamborghinis, Porsches, concept cars, the Cadillac. It was good. I'm not gonna front. It was good, but I think this was also a good show for Cadillac because Cadillac is joining Formula One this year, and for them to do the 24-hour race, I think it was a good indication for them as now a motorsport company. So I'm just saying. Now going to our football segment of the show, American football. We had the playoffs, AFC Championship and NFC Championship. In the AFC Championship, we had the Denver Broncos versus the New England Patriots, which the Denver Broncos were already playing with a handicap because they lost their starting quarterback, Bo Nix, and they started their backup quarterback, Steeden. Steeden looked good. Touchdown pass, but they end up eventually losing to the New England Patriots 10-7 because of the weather factor, especially after the third quarter, which is deteriorated. But I blame this loss not to the backup quarterback, mostly to the coach, Sean Payton, because he had the opportunity to score 2 field goals and they would have won the game, but they didn't. And then let's see what happens in the Super Bowl. But that's a different story. But the Maxi Pads won, and I'm not happy with that one. So yeah, what can I do about it? I know a few friends that like static, but not me. Now going to the NFC Championship game. Here we had the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. I didn't mind any of the teams going to the Super Bowl, really at all. I like the Rams and I do like the Seattle Seahawks. Simple as that. But our Seattle Seahawks beat the Rams 31-27. It was a good game though. I'm not gonna front. It was back and forth. But Sam Darnold showed me a lot, especially from him losing to the Rams last year in the playoffs, while him being the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. But now he's going to the Super Bowl. And you know what? I gotta show love to Sam Darnold because he was the Jets quarterback. They just drafted him, so I have to show love. So yeah, so now let's go to UEFA Championship, UEFA Champions League, where my beloved Bayern Munich defeated Union Saint Gilloise. I know I butchered that name, so yeah, 2-0. Again, another win for Bayern, and more or less we already qualified for the next round of the UEFA Champions League. We don't have to do the playoff tournament. We are ready to relegate to the top groups, so that was a good thing. Now, in the other game that I watched, it was Juventus beating Benfica 2-0, keeping them in the playoff run for Juventus. So let's see what happens. One more game to go for UEFA, and then the playoff tournament begins, and then the round of 16 or 8 begins. It's weird how they have it. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that was this week's show. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you guys can do me a huge favor, if you can like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps this humble channel tremendously, and I want to thank you, subscribers that started with me, and we are growing slowly but surely. We're growing in audience and community, and I truly appreciate you guys, because without you guys, I couldn't continue with the channel. And thank you guys. I appreciate you. Nothing but love for you guys. So I'll see you guys next week. Nothing but love.